project that we're going to be doing. This looks a lot worse than what it is. It's superficial rust. The chassis battery disconnect is not there. One particular issue I had with this, it kept stopping on me, and 3 times it stopped. And the second one is up there. That V-band clamp on the exhaust broke. Clean that up and put another V-band clamp on there and rewrap it in insulation material. Clean up all these panels, reprotect them, repaint them, take the filter out, take the oil filler out, take the battery tray out, redo that, overhaul the slides, clean all these radiators up, put a new air filter. I broke this. It's brittle, it's plastic, it gets brittle over the years. I'll get a new one of those, put it in there. I've already got new chassis batteries in here. I put in about 6 months ago, just before I brought the coach back from Newport to the RV garage where it now sits, and I can work on it. So anyway, follow along, and hopefully we might find something together and little tidbits that you can pick up and use for future reference. See you later. I must admit I am not impressed. There's a hard foul condition up here. There's another hard foul condition up here. Tie straps, little tiny tie straps. These things snap. When they dry out, they get very brittle and they snap. Tie straps everywhere holding up all these battery cables. Cables sitting underneath here, rubbing up on the chassis up underneath here. No protection on them. Not impressed. This is just an absolute bird's nest. Yeah, this will look a lot different when I'm finished with it, I can assure you that. Exhaust is in. It's got the new insulation around it and the stainless steel bands that are designed for that, clamped up. All nicely finished, brand new clamp. As I said in the previous video, I've moved all these cables out of the way. You can see now the cables come up through the housing up there, and drop down. Much better routing. Moved a few of the boost relay and the starter solenoid relay. Moved those over, put boots on them. Took all this out. Okay, finally it's all back together again. Here we have the finished bay. You can see that all the framework's been recoated. The paint is going to be shown in this video, added to it. The AC, the dash AC heat exchanger has been out, cleaned up, all the corrosion taken off it. The battery tray, new slides on it. Battery terminals all been cleaned up, new boots over the battery terminals. There are new batteries in there. New clamp hold downs made, put on there. The battery tray has all been derusted, ground down, repainted. New slides, these are 500-pound slides, 12-inch. They're not going to be a link, it's going to be a picture where I got them from. Now the slides have locks both ends as opposed to just a lock that used to be just this one end. Again, the picture is going to be there somewhere. So that's really nice. All the framework, as I say, has been done. The oil tank's been taken out, cleaned, degreased. New tube on there because you couldn't see the old level last time. It's got a new fill valve on there. Up the back, the terminals for the grounds have all been redone, cleaned up. The exhaust and the Delta particulate filter has been dropped, cleaned out. While that was out, the starter motor was taken out, overhauled, new gaskets, new seals, cleaned up. All the terminals were cleaned up on there, and had new heat shrink sleeve input around the terminals to give them better protection. The new clamp up the back there, you can see, has been replaced. It's got the new insulation around it and the stainless steel bands that are designed for that, clamped up, all nicely finished. Brand new clamp. There's a separate video for that that's going to be attached in a picture coming up now. All the electrics has been out, everything's from the back there has been cleaned up, re-terminated. The battery isolation cutoff switch has been replaced, and the link for that one is coming up now. This terminal was live. There was no boot on here and it was black, indicating a ground. Anyway, I've changed those. Where I got them from is coming up. Again, been booted. All the routing's been changed. The filter unit, all the corrosion's been taken off of this. New boots everywhere. I say two biggest issues I had that I really pulled this apart for was the battery isolation cover switch and that exhaust clamp. The frame's all been cleaned up in here, so I'm really pleased with it. It's come out really well compared to what it was. If you look at the beginning of this video, this has come out extremely well. So I hope you guys get something from this, even if it's a part numbers of various bits and pieces that I've used. Oh, one other thing. Yeah, I changed all these brackets again. I changed all these brackets, these little 10mm ball joints. I changed the struts. There's the information for the strut there, and I'll add that in a separate picture. Again, top and bottom 10mm ball joints because they're corroded. There's the other strut. These are, what are these? 90 or 60 pound struts. These are 90-pound struts because this door is pretty heavy. I hope that's in focus. But I'm pleased with it. As I said in the previous video, I've moved all these cables out of the way. You can see now the cables come up through the housing up there and drop down. Much better routing. Instead of coming down next to the exhaust, they're now coming up through and down through that bracket up there. So it's kept them way away from that exhaust and any heat source. I also had to remanufacture these clamps, these bottom part of the clamp. You can't buy them anywhere and they're corroded and really thinned out. So I got a piece of 1¼ inch by 332 flat plate and just bent it up. Bent it to shape, drilled the holes in it. That works really well. All new fasteners everywhere around here. So as I say, I'm pleased with this. Any questions that you might have, something I've missed in this particular part of the video, please give me a shout and I'll do my best to answer them. Anyway, take care. Catch you later.